Well, hello, my name is Ben Jones and I'm the curator of the Arboretum at the University of Oxford Botanic Garden and Arboretum. And behind me is a wonderful aerial view of the Arboretum and some of the magnificent trees that I have the privilege of curating and looking after. I'm very much looking forward to Arbor Day UK on the 4th of February and having the opportunity to give a talk that day. And one of the things that I'll be talking about is the sort of the threat to plants and trees in particular. It's been a great privilege of mine to be able to work at this arboretum and, surrounded by a host of wonderful trees from around the world. 6 continents, in fact, are represented within the collection. And in fact, some of these trees are quite common in terms of species, trees that you will encounter almost on a daily basis, whereas others don't even occur in the wild anymore. Things like the Franklinia tree, only exist in these sort of horticultural collections. And this is something that I've given a lot of thought to over the years. And if we ask general public, for example, to name an animal or mammal threatened with extinction, I think even children would give a fairly good response in terms of the number of species they could name. But if we ask the same question of plants, ask the general public to name just one species that is threatened with extinction, I wonder what response we would get. And in fact, for those of us who have studied arboriculture and have worked in this industry, how well could we answer that question, in fact? And that's something that I think as an arboretum, we have a responsibility to communicate and to engage with the public over. And so that got me thinking of all of these trees that you can see behind me. I made a list of more than 20, in fact, but I made a list of 20 trees and I wrote down their conservation status. And then I aligned that with their sort of animal equivalent or their animal counterpart. And I did this to help people kind of put into context the fragility of some of these great tree species and the risks that they're facing. And so, for example, you can see over my shoulder a giant redwood. But the giant redwood is endangered in its natural habitat and is in fact as endangered as the blue whale. And so my hope is that by putting it into that kind of context, people can kind of engage with it a bit more and understand the sort of the situation that in fact 2 in 5 plant species globally are threatened with extinction. Anyway, I shall leave you with that. And I will very much look forward to the 4th of February and supporting Arbor Day UK and look forward to seeing as many of you involved in the day, albeit digitally under these difficult circumstances. I hope you're all safe and well and look forward to seeing you then.